welcome or welcome back to It Is Not Too Late. So as promised, today I am going to go over my June 28 to July 11 paycheck. I was able to run a kind of mock payroll today and get that amount. I do not have anything further coming out of my bank account, so these numbers should be pretty good. So I have $22 for my rollover, and I'm just going to double check my math here. So 22 for my rollover, my check, because I went home early Friday because of that accident. So my check is going to be $15.26, and then I will get my check for my second job is $600 for the month. So we're looking at $21.48 for income. So let's move down to my fixed expenses. My mortgage is $12.50 because I had to pay that vet bill last month, so I tried to split my mortgage up into two, and you know, I just have terrible luck with it. I tried, and again, it did not work for me. Maybe I'll try again, but right now I'm gonna have to pay it in full. Okay, and then my husband, you know, it doesn't actually come out until the 12th, but and I get paid on the 12th. I'm just not sure. I want to make sure the money is there, because it would really be bad to get an overdraft charge transferring between your own accounts. Just seems really silly to me. So I'm going to put it on here. So that is $50. So $1,300 for fixed expenses. All right. For credit cards, my Home Depot, I'm going to pay $60. That is, so I am still working through, I know we talked about paying this off in full. I haven't finished all of that, all those calculations and everything. I did go and apply for a HELOC today. Well, I started to. I'm in the process of submitting all the paperwork and everything that they want. So that's going to be, you know, probably throughout the week I'll get all of that done and submitted. I printed out the things. My husband had to sign one, and of course I left it at work, and I don't have a printer at home right now, so I can't just, you know, print it again and have him sign it. So you know, already it's going to be Wednesday before I can even submit that yes, we're actually applying for this HELOC. So I was not able to get a copy of my W-2 at work, so I'm going to have to pull it off my computer here at home, or, you know, check my files at home. That's fine. And then I got busy at work, and so I've got to see what else is on the list that they want. So, just to make sure that nothing gets behind in the meantime, I'm going to pay, you know, these things on my credit card. So, Home Depot is going to be $60. My Capital One is going to be $210. And my Capital 2, I'm going to pay $170. I do not know if Discover is going to go through before this. So, again, I want to make sure that I'm making the payments that I need to make while everything is just kind of in limbo and shuffling around. Because having a late payment after, you know, all the years, and it's really only been the last maybe year that I've even carried a balance on a credit card. Maybe 2 years. It has not been a long time, but in all the years I've had a credit card, I've never had a late payment on any of them. And I certainly don't want to change that now. So, I'm going to hide this next bid for a minute, maybe. Okay. So my spending will get the usual $250. I am going to do the no spend for July. So even though this check is June 28th, I am going to start that July 1st. But remember that this spending, most of this is gas. And, you know, essential groceries. So what I am concerned about with spending is, you know, not putting anything more on any of my cards. No eating out, minimizing, you know, this as much as I can, but you know, my gas is between probably $450 and $500 a month. I mean, my grocery bill is not very high. Okay. I do want to have a $50 rollover just in case. So that is $300 for this. So that's going to give us, let's see, $2148 minus 1,300 minus 300 minus 60 for Home Depot minus 210 for Capital One and 170 for Capital Two. So 108. So what I'm normally, right, this would go here and I would put it in my high priority and long-term savings, and if those were done, then I would pay savings challenge. So, but there was a big thing, there were some comments, I did some recalculations, and so what this is going to go to is an extra payment for Bank of America. So that makes this section for debt up to $548, which is really high for just one check, because normally I kind of have budgeted $650 a month, so just to do $548 in one check is really big. So that should get us down to 0. So 2148 minus 1300 minus 300 minus 548 is a zero-based budget. Okay, so what I will do for savings challenges, because I do like to play them, right now everything is going to the roof and debt. I have what I need for long-term or high priority, my car insurance, because I pay that every 6 months, my car tabs for the one car, the little bit I need for business, the little bit I need for birthdays and holidays for like my grandkids. I have all that saved in cash, ready to go. So we're gonna kind of put all of those on hold. My pets are on hold. They have $100 in their envelope. That will get them through a couple of months of food and litter and all of that. So I think I have another binder though that has money in it, and I forgot to check before I started this. So I might be able to put some more of that on here before I start pulling everything out of my savings. And the reason that I'm waiting is these bills right here, the Capital 1 and Capital 2, are not going to cycle through until around the 8th. So they're not going to report. So they're not going to be noticed by, you know, where I'm applying for the HELOC until, you know, probably the 11th or 12th of next month. So I have time to make those changes, and I want to talk to them because I just want to make sure that I get credit if it becomes like a debt to income ratio thing. I need to have the money accessible. So right now it's in the savings, and if they ask me later in the week for that balance, I can give it to them and it's there. But if I say, oh, I paid off this card, but the card is still showing, you know, the balance because it doesn't process, I don't want it to mess up my HELOC. I kind of want them to tell me, you know, if you pay off this card, then it'll help. Or I want to have all my options open, so it is still the plan. The Home Depot, I think, is due on the 6th. So I've got almost 2 weeks, or over 2 weeks, before any of these register on my credit, you know, before anybody reports again. So I can still make those changes before the closing date, and, you know, have it taken care of. I just want to, I don't want to go and spend it all and then go, oh, you should have done it on this card, and not have that option available. So because I'm wondering, if you want to know what I'm thinking, I'm wondering, because Capital One has a higher percentage used, I'm wondering if they're going to tell me to apply it to that one, and that would bring each card below 30% usage, if that makes sense, and that would make them feel warm and fuzzy. I don't know, but I don't want to mess up this HELOC, and if that's what I have to do, I prefer and I understand doing, you know, the lower ones, and we can still do that to a degree. But if they say, you know, you need to knock this one down some, I want to have the money to do that without a lot of hardship. And then next paycheck, we can knock out the rest of Bank of America. We can start looking at Home Depot. We'll have that extra funds starting to become available. So I'm going to work on the whole July budget next. So I'll have kind of a better idea of how many cards I can do just in the regular, you know, taking this piece out, not having the car payment, and see what those numbers are going to look like. And then we'll go from there. So this is where right now, hopefully, you know, this is where we're at. I don't expect any major changes. I've got to figure out, you know, what my July paychecks are going to be. I know I'm not going to get paid on the 4th of July. I am a little bit concerned if they say, you know, we're not going to work Friday either, because I do work in a construction, I mean, I work in the office, but I work for a construction company. We're already going to have 2 people off on that Friday. It's the boss's birthday that week. That's going to make the next check $300 short instead of only $150 short, which is why I'm kind of doing a little bit higher rollover. But we are taking care of the bulk of the bills. Well, the mortgage is the bulk of the bills. We're taking care of a lot of these right now. We would have regular, you know, bills, which I want to say is like $541. The only credit card, if we had to, we could say this was the regular Bank of America payment, and we would only have Amazon. So that's kind of why I'm doing it that way. So, but I will work on those budgets shortly. We'll see where we are. But right now, just running numbers. Yes, you know, I spent all day yesterday running numbers and budget, and I feel quite a bit better. I think that the HELOC is going to be okay. We'll just have to, you know, we'll have to see what they say. I've got other options, but we'll see how it goes. It's going to be whatever it is. So thanks for stopping by. I'm going to go and work on my July budget, and we'll see how that works. Bye.